Hey everyone, Scooby-Doo here, and welcome to a subscriber video. And what's a subscriber video? I don't know, I just made it up. It's just something for probably just my subscribers to see, because I don't think anybody's going to search for this on YouTube. And this is all going to be improv. I'm going to try to make it as fast as possible, but it's probably going to run really long. You can see here, this is my workstation. One of the things about doing my videos is I'm not a professional at doing any of this stuff. I don't have a workbench area. I don't have a bunch of tools, Dremels, airbrush, guns, or anything like that. I do everything for things I get at Walmart, things I find around the house. My tools consist of like steak knives, and I do have a drill, which helps me put up the floating shelves. But other than that, just really simple things that you find around your house that I use to build my dioramas and do my modifications. Here you can see these are Gentle Giant 1/6 scale clone troopers that I'm working on. So got my quarter scale, which is over here. Those are the Princess Leia's. This is a Hasbro General Grievous, which really quickly will show you. This is what just kills me about Hasbro. And there must be some kind of conspiracy between Hasbro and Hot Toys and Sideshow when they sign their agreements, where they tell Hasbro, you know, you can make anything you want, but just kind of make it a goofy size. So you can see, even though the General Grievous is crouched down, the battle droid is just bigger than he is. And they're both, you know, from their 12-inch line. I had planned on doing some shelves regarding this stuff, which I'll talk about more once we get into the Empire room, which we will be taking a look at in just a bit. But yeah, so I ran into this. I could still modify all these and make them look really good, but they're not going to be going into the room because the size is just too far off. So I am looking for a Sideshow General Grievous. So if you're looking to get rid of one, or you want to donate me one, which I doubt that would happen, but I am looking for one of those. And going into some of the concepts that I come up with, like for instance the Back to the Future room. This used to be a pub diner. It wasn't even a 50s diner. Then it switched to a 50s diner. And if you've seen my videos from a couple years ago, you know I had just that movie room with tons of replicas from, you know, Willy Wonka, Harry Potter, Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean. And I had purchased this flux capacitor, and I actually had it for a couple months. It stayed in my closet, and then one day I wanted to get it out into the movie room, but I couldn't find a place for it at the time. So I just started moving this thing around my house, trying to see if I could find a place for it. And I had it in here for some reason, and I was putting it up on the wall, and I thought to myself, why would I have a flux capacitor in a 50s diner? That sounds stupid. Finally found a place for it out in the movie room, but then I just kind of revisited that. I'm like, why would you even think of that? And I thought, wait a minute, flux capacitor, Back to the Future, 50s, Back to the Future diner. So that's how that concept started, and then I was able to build all of these different dioramas, which we will be doing a separate video, like I said on the last one, regarding the train diorama there. So that's how I came up with this room. And when I came up with the Empire room, which is just basically because I had so much stuff Star Wars in there, I decided to take everything else out, which we'll take a quick look, and then we'll be coming back into the room in just a moment. One of the things I had was that Jurassic Park area, which is over there where the Darth Vader is. I was actually going to sell that soda machine, and I put it on Craigslist, and had one person that was going to come get it, but he didn't show up. And so in the meantime, I actually put it out in my patio. I just kept it plugged in because I had sodas in it. And it just kind of stayed in there for a couple months, and I kept looking at it every day. And we'll come out here really quickly. I kept looking at it every day. It was like getting in the way. It looked really bad. This whole room was just like getting full of a whole bunch of stuff. And I finally thought to myself, why don't I just make a Jurassic Park room? So this is going to be something that's going to be coming spring and summertime. Already coming up with some ideas. I did move the machine over to this corner. You can see I got a raptor there. I got tons of like palm trees and stuff and signs, and I ordered a bunch of other things. They're all in my storage right now, but we're going to start working on this room. I'm going to make it look awesome when it's finished. But yet again, it's something that I wasn't even thinking about. And then from one thing leads to another thing. And so Jurassic World will be coming. We'll move into the other room. And this is where we come into the Empire room. I was actually watching the basketball game, got it on pause. So with this room here, the same thing, I had so much stuff on the Star Wars wall, which you've guys seen a bunch of times. And it was just overwhelming the room. And there was other stuff I wanted to do, and I had the Fett wall over here. And I got the quarter scale that I want to put up on top of the TV. Then I thought about the Darth Vader. And then I thought about, well, what about Revenge of the Sith? Because that's really actually my favorite Star Wars movie. And was I going to go ahead and say, hey, look, you know, I'm going away from the original trilogy, or can I do something with Revenge of the Sith? Which then I started thinking about General Grievous, and I wanted to get a Jango Fett in here to kind of go with Boba. And then we have our box office here. And so my original idea was to come up with like little teeny small shelves, just to put some of the characters from the prequels. And I was going to put like little shelves like right in here. However, even though I thought it was a great idea at the time and I started ordering some stuff, it's just too close to the front door. And so I kind of scratched that idea, and then I didn't know what to do. Because now at that point I had the idea that I wanted to get those other figures. So again, I sit in this room, and I do this quite often. I sit in the room, and we'll turn on some other lights. I sit in this room and I try to come up with different designs and ideas. And we'll come in here. That's one of my ideas, which I'm not going to do, but we'll take our General Grievous and we'll walk over here. I thought he would look really cool. Let's see if I can get him to stand. Come on, guy. It's hard to do with one hand. Do I try it? Well, I'm just going to hold it then. I just thought that would be so cool to have some figures up on these lights. I thought, man, that would look really cool. But then I decided to go another way. And so, again, that's from just sitting in this room. And I wanted to show you what the room looked like now, because there's going to be some major changes to it so I can make room for everything. And then I want to incorporate Darth Vader being lit up, and want to get him a lightsaber, which I'll be doing. The R2 will be coming into the room as well. And we'll have a new section for the prequels that's kind of be subbed to the original trilogy. I don't think I'm going to go for the new movies. There really isn't anything, but never say never. And so there we go. So there's some of the things that are coming up. I have these new shelves that I'm building. I did kit bashes with the Han and Luke figures there. I actually put together a bunch of different things to make those. Got some 3D printing, which is up here. I got the Grand Moff Tarkin, I think is going to be coming. I think it's actually available on Sideshow, but I'm getting it from a different vendor. Should be getting that in 3 to 4 weeks. And then we're going to be completing our indoor shelves and our Yevon. I got some awesome ideas that I'm going to be doing. I'll kind of show you. I was working on making a Death Star 2 out of this smaller model. And then also too, I'm also going to be making a larger Death Star 2 that's going to be going over the entertainment system. It's going to be a big one. And I already have all the stuff for that, so I'm going to be making that as well. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video for the upcoming stuff, how I come up with ideas for things, and I'm really looking forward to getting started on all the new rooms and the new shelving and everything else. Again, if you have any questions or comments about anything, feel free to leave them down below. And hope you guys are having a great weekend, and I think I'm going to get back to watching the basketball game.